Chapter 1. What is epoxy resin? Epoxy resin. Before delving into the world of epoxy resin art, it is essential to gain a comprehensive understanding of epoxy resin's properties and characteristics. This intricate process of creating using epoxy resin requires the mixture of two liquid substances, which seamlessly unite to form a solid, mesmerizing piece, captivating the attention of all. As one explores the magical process of creating with epoxy resin, one will undoubtedly become as entranced by its allure as I was. When I first started using epoxy resin, I was clueless about the process and its properties. I didn't take any precautions to protect myself, my workspace, or my clothes from potential spills. While working with the material, I was unaware of the fumes that epoxy resin releases into the air. I didn't even know epoxy resin was a chemical. My knowledge about epoxy resin was limited to information from posts in social media groups and videos showcasing quick 30-second clips of people pouring liquid into silicone molds and later presenting a glass-like object. Basically, I would see people pouring colorful liquid and have these fantastic results. The simplicity of the craft piqued my interest, and I wanted to try it myself. However, before taking the plunge and ordering my own epoxy resin, I watched more videos and read about the craft in more online groups for 6 months. Looking back, I realized that even with my research, I had no actual knowledge of the chemical properties of epoxy resin, and I only thought of it as an exciting and new creative medium. My first attempt at using epoxy resin was a complete disaster. I had set out to create a beautiful moon-shaped shelf with a white base, dried leaves, and stunning gold foils. However, I made the grave mistake of not taking the necessary precautions or adequately preparing myself for the task at hand. In my haste, I worked on my wooden dining room floor, clad only in shorts, leaving my skin and the floor exposed to the potent and hazardous adhesive. Adding insult to injury, I went ahead and touched the chemicals directly with my bare hands and allowed my long hair to flow freely around me. I soon realized that I had made some serious mistakes. Due to my lack of experience and preparation, I developed a painful chemical rash on my skin. In addition, the hardwood floors were irreparably damaged. To top it off, even the finished epoxy resin piece I had worked on had pieces of my hair stuck in it. Despite these setbacks, I was still drawn to the craft. In fact, I quickly became addicted to it, especially after creating a stunning shelf, minus the hair. Tip number 1. Learn before you start. As a result of my first experience with epoxy resin, I learned how important it was to take safety measures and be prepared before trying anything new. It was a good reminder that we should never forget about safety when dealing with potentially harmful substances. My rash lasted for over a month and covered my whole body. It was not an enjoyable time. With no limitations on usage, learning how to work with epoxy resin can unlock endless artistic possibilities and potential when used with the proper protective gear. Tip number 2. Remember to prioritize safety in everything you do. To simplify the term epoxy resin, it is vital to break the words down into their basic components. Epoxy resin is an adhesive material that comprises polymers of epoxides. It's kind of like a sort of glue. In liquid form, any epoxy adhesive is considered epoxy resin. Epoxy resin consists of two primary agents or parts. Part A, the hardener, curing component, and Part B, the resin. When these two parts are mixed, a chemical reaction occurs, which causes the formation of a hardened or cured piece. This reaction is known as the curing process, whereby the combination of the agents produces heat, which transforms the liquid into a solid form.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.